So, Joe X, my 2 cents on the matter. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people who are going to click on and watch this, you've probably seen several other channels making videos, so I'm not going to go over a lot of the same stuff they covered. Everybody knows he bought those knives himself. He did all that testing. He was not affiliated with any company. But it's pretty outrageous to think that after watching the last video that Joe posted himself after he wiped all the videos off his channel, that those sort of things can happen. Of course, keeping in mind the man lives in Austria, so he doesn't have the luxury of the rights that we have here in the United States. So, to be honest, we got our own issues going on in our own country right now, and a lot of our rights and liberties are at risk. But that's always been the case. But like a lot of people, I got my own opinion of Joe and his channel. Kind of the way I looked at it. I know he got a lot of criticism, but he was doing a favor for a lot of us. How many of us is be able to spend the thousands and thousands of dollars on knives and take them out in the field somewhere and extreme test them until they break? I'm not doing that. Even if I had the money to do that, I wouldn't do that. But that's irrelevant to the fact that Joe X, that's what he did. That's what his channel was about. And I would like to make the statement that I don't know if a lot of the knife companies or anything had anything to do with his exit from YouTube, but you really kind of messed something that was potentially good up. For one, it's free advertisement, no matter how you look at it. It put, a particular blade in the spotlight. But with the way Joe did his destruction test, you had the opportunity to, he felt so inclined to send him a knife for free and let him go through and do what he does. And then if you made it so far into his testing, it's kind of like bragging rights in a manner of speaking. Because if you actually made it to the steel pipe, I mean, you made it through his extreme gauntlet up to that point. I mean, even if you made it to the giant rock cinder block thing he beat the crap out of with the knife, you made it to that point in his video, you did something pretty good there. Because just to get past the initial beginning stages of his test was, pretty crazy. But that was an opportunity lost for any knife company out there. You could have looked at it like, oh, this guy's breaking their knives and making us look bad. It was free research and development is what it, what that amounted to. If your products are as good as you claimed, and you're selling these blades to people with, we're saying that's a survival knife, that's a bushcraft knife, that's an EDC knife, however you want to categorize your knives. But, it's a missed opportunity, and it's a shame because, I make knives myself, and I'd be pretty intimidated to make one, just to actually make an extra strong one the best I could to send it to Joe to test. I'd be pretty worried because telling you, there ain't a whole lot of knives that are actually going to make it through there. I've seen a few actually make it through, but that's a very far few in between. There's also been a lot of these comments here have gravitated to knife community, bushcraft community, that sort of thing. I'll just say this. If you're a community, really a community, I'd really like to see a lot more people making videos about this. Express your honest feelings. If you didn't like Joe's channel, that's fine. That's you're allowed that opinion and the way to look at it. But when we're talking about these sort of things, we're not just talking about a man's channel and his content, we're, like I said, it's so easy to take and not to take into consideration because we're used to it, like here in the United States, just that right to say what you want when you want about whoever you want. And there's a lot of people out there in the world that live in places that doesn't have that privilege. I mean, or right, I should say, it's a right. They don't have that. And some of the stuff that Joe had stated on his own video was quite disturbing, you know. I don't know the finite details. I don't know if anybody does except for Joe himself. I mean, if he could, I would like to see him be able to move over here to the United States. We're not perfect, but you know, we're far better off than, you know, having authorities say that you can't say this and you have no recourse at all. So everybody would like for you to keep that in mind, and that's why it's real important to keep up the fight on keeping track of your rights, your liberties, your constitutional rights, all that, even on just on a county, state level, you know, then the whole country level. You know, do your part. Keep up on that stuff. Make sure that those inalienable rights stay that way. But like I said, it's a real shame. I did like to go to his channel. So if I had thought of purchasing a knife, I could actually go to his channel, search the particular knife I was looking for, and he's done so many, odds are that it was there. And I could actually watch him put it through the gauntlet. And I could understanding, I know at the forefront before I watch any of his videos, it's going to be broken. That's what he does. You know, that's just the name of the game with his channel. And that's going to suck because any future purchases that he hasn't, I mean, now I can't even go back to look at videos he's already done. He's wiped them from his channel. And I think that's also a loss to quote unquote knife community. About what, like I said, it was a lot of free research and development for anybody that was watching the video. And well, that's gone now, and that sucks. Because there weren't too many people out there doing anything close to what he's doing, and as it stands today, closest thing you're getting now is Dutch Brothers Bushcraft, and I do like their show for the exact same reason. I know they get a lot of criticism, a lot of, you know, people, you should use an axe. That knife ain't made for that job. You know, that's not even the point. It's a simple fact is, have you bought something that you say, I'm going to just carry this for emergency purposes? You don't necessarily have bushcraft or survival in mind. And then to be able to go to see the extreme limits of it. And sure, there's always one-offs. You know, you could have a faulty blade. You know, that happens. But in general, you can give you a real good general idea of what you've got and what you could potentially do with it in a bad situation. So I'm quite all right with destruction test channels. Like I said, I don't have a dime in it. They're spending their money, or even if a company's giving them the item, as long as they're being honest with us, and you can obviously tell by watching it, you know, regardless of what comments are made about it, you can see its performance while it's being filmed. And like, I think that's quite valuable to all of us, especially all of us who are on a relatively strict budget. And just want everybody who's watching this video, I know I'm a pretty small channel. I think a lot of us smaller channels should reach out to each other more often, keep in touch with each other, and, you know, keep, you know, have each other's backs. Because, you know, you never know when we're going to be the next Joe X. There's nothing guaranteed out here, even in the United States. You know, things can change fast. So everybody stick together, and I'd like to see some more people that would do a video if you'd seen Joe X, like I said, regardless if you like him or not. put a video out. Don't have to be very long, 3, 4, 5 minute video, whatever. Just be that community that everybody wants to be. We use that word a lot, whether it's survival, bushcraft, knife reviews. There's a genre of videos that's supposed to be a community. It's like I just said, if we're a community, attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. And I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball making this video because I wanted to think about it, digest it, get my head straight, because I didn't want to come on here, all fire and brimstone, but that situation with Joe has me quite angry. So I don't do good at expressing myself when I'm angry, so I waited and let things stew, and I had to get my mind lined out before I made this video. So I'm a little behind, but I'm quite upset about that. And the fact that like I said, I'm insulated from it right now. I live in a place where you can still pretty much say anything you want. So just because I'm insulated from it, he lives in Austria, I'm here in the United States, still don't mean it's not cause for concern. Because what all the things that happened to him eventually over time could filter over here. Now, like I said, there's a lot of people reporting his channel, which is mind-blowing. I don't know if I was any kind of control on YouTube, someone reported it for that, and I'd be like, okay, you have no grounds for reporting this thing. He's not violating anything, so whatever. The politics of a different country aside, this is like a cautionary tale. So I'm done rambling. So like to see a lot of more people. I want to see some more videos for support for Joe. You don't have to, obviously. I mean, I would like to see that, because there's been a lot of things about being this community that has gone far afield. Let's all try to bring it back. It takes some effort, but let's try to do it. I thank everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope everybody has a very good day, and I'll see y'all in another video.